Well, hello, fellow crafters. Janine here, and I am coming to you with just a quick video to show you some Easter cards that I made using this 6x6 mega paper pad from echopark. I got it from scrapbooking.com. It was a 48 sheet double-sided papers pack. So most of the papers in the pack had, like you can see here, just pattern paper on both sides. But several of the sheets actually had large cutouts similar to this. This actually came in the ephemera pack. Oh no, I'm sorry, this did come out of the paper pack. So you can see on one side was a floral print, but on the other side they had several pages that had these 6x6, I'm sorry, these little scenes that you could cut out. And you're going to see that on a number of the cards, and I'll point them out as we go through. But I made 60 cards. Yes, 60 cards using this paper pack. This is what is left over. I have one full sheet that I didn't use, blue on one side, and a kind of a peach color, robin's egg blue and peach. And these were some other little scraps. I'm sorry, that's from something else. So I used, almost the entire pack of paper making these 60 cards. And this is what's left over out of the ephemera packs. Now these two pieces actually were pieces I cut out of the pack of paper, but these are just little bits of the ephemera that was left over that I didn't use. And this one, honestly, because it got lost in my other stuff and I just didn't notice it. Otherwise, it would be in a card right now. So let me show you the cards real quick. Now, what I want to tell you about is Kendra's card challenge. She does a card challenge once a quarter. So it's January through March, then April through June, July through September, and then October through December. So you get the idea. Once a quarter, she puts out a card sketch. And I'm going to link her information down below so you can find her channel and find more information about the card challenge. So she puts out a sketch for 15 cards along with cutting templates for how to cut 6 pieces of 6x6 paper to go with the sketches. And so you just follow the sketch, follow the cutting guides, cut out all the paper, and then follow the sketch for putting the cards together. And you'll get 15 cards out of 6x6 pieces of paper. So this was sketch 1. And this was one of the pieces that I told you that I cut out of the paper pack. It was on one side of the paper. And these are enamel dots that I got that matched the paper. They were also from echopark. This was sketch 2. And 3. This was from the ephemera pack. And sketch 4, this is also from the ephemera pack. This is a chipboard piece. And on some of these, I did a little bit of something with the extra stuff on the inside. Oh, these are the sentiment that I stamped on the, this is from a May Made It stamp set. And those are the ones I did on the side fold cards. I did a different sentiment on the, because I had two stamping platforms set up so that I wouldn't have to constantly change the configuration of the stamping for top fold versus side fold. So this is the, it's also a chipboard piece from the ephemera pack. This is the stamp that I used on the inside of the top fold card. So this was also from the same stamp set from May Made It. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so back to where we were. I kind of lost track here. 3, 4, okay. Sketch 5 and 6 were pretty similar, except one was supposed to be a side fold and one was supposed to be a top fold, but because of the directionality of the paper I was using, most of them for me ended up being side folds. So these are, trying to think, is that, okay, so this was from the paper pack, one of the little sentiments that I cut out from the paper pack. This was a chipboard piece, and of course more of the enamel dots. And again, this is another chipboard piece, and this was also from the ephemera pack. And I used a lot of the sentiments from the inside of the paper pack and the ephemera packs on the inside, just add a little extra color on the inside. And then I also used, and I'm sorry I didn't bring it in here, but I used some Brutus Monroe glitter paste or glitter gel, actually, because it's more of a gel consistency. It's a clear gel with different colors of very fine particle glitter in them. And then I used some metallic thread that I use for my embroidery machine as another little embellishment. That's a chipboard piece from the paper pack, some enamel dots. But I use that, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, that glitter paste from Brutus Monroe to add just a little touch of sparkle here and there. And I added it to, I made some of my own enamel dots. And this is a chipboard piece from the paper pack. I'll show you. I haven't gotten to any of my homemade enamel dots yet, I don't think. But I did add some of that glitter paste to my homemade enamel dots. And I made those in a couple of different ways. And I'll talk about that when we get to them. I don't think I put anything on the inside there. Another chipboard piece. And some of the enamel dots. And these were from the ephemera pack. I put a little bit of the glitter gel on and just little spots around, a little bit on the flower. Now these are some of my homemade enamel dots, and I just used a die that I have that cuts a whole bunch of circles out. This is what's left over from the die, so I used those to cut out the circles. And I used on some I used glossy accents to make them shiny like that. And then on some I used, towards the end, I started using a UV resin, just to make things go faster. I got tired of waiting for the glossy accents to dry. This one I kept kind of simple, just put a little bit of the Brutus Monroe glitter paste in the flowers. And I just use a stylus to do that. You could do it with the tip of a paintbrush. There's so many different ways you can apply it. In some places I used a paintbrush to apply it. This is another example of some of my homemade enamel dots that I put the glitter paste on. You can see I put it on the bow and on the chick's little, and then around here. Actually, this was an effort to cover up a mistake. And that's another ephemera piece, chipboard piece. And a whole bunch more of my homemade enamel dots. I had a lot of fun doing that. And I tell you, because of the number of cards I was making, I would have had to have spent a fortune in the enamel dots, because a pack of these enamel dots from echopark, which had 60 dots total on each little card, was $5 a piece. So that got kind of pricey. So I said, you know, I can't afford to buy it, because I like to put a lot of that kind of thing on my cards. So it just made more sense for me to just use paper from the paper pack, as well as, because see, that's what I used to make a lot of these, was just from the paper pack and using that die. So that's set one. Moving along. I don't know, I've got them all stacked up in one big stack. So here we go. Card sketch one again. This was from the paper pack that I cut out. And that's a chipboard piece, and that's also from the paper pack and some of the enamel dots that I purchased. And I just cut that from a leftover scrap of the paper. This was from the paper pack, and these are my homemade enamel dots. I'm sorry, I'm not even sure if I'm in shot showing you that. Let me get up where I can see. Oh, that's better. Okay. Again, more homemade enamel dots from my cardstock. This was a piece of ephemera with the ephemera pack. Nothing on the inside there. Enamel dots from echopark, and a couple of chipboard pieces that were in the ephemera pack. This piece was also from the paper pad. That was also from the paper pad. More homemade enamel dots with the glitter paste applied to the cardstock first, and then some glossy accents applied on top of it. Some more of my metallic embroidery thread. And this was a sentiment that came out of the paper pack. This was also from the paper pack. This was from the paper pack as well. Some of the enamel dots from Echo Park. And then again, some more of the glitter paste in the centers of the flowers just to add a little extra sparkle and shine. And this was a tag, I think, that came with the ephemera pack. Alright, also from the paper pad, and their enamel dots. Nothing on the inside of that one. This was a chipboard piece that came with the ephemera pack, and then I put some of the glitter paste on that flower and then on these eggs. That was from the paper pack. This was from the ephemera pack, this sentiment. And here I got a mixture of the enamel dots that I bought from from scrapbooking.com or scrapbook.com. Scrapbooking.com. That sounds right. And some of my homemade enamel dots again with the glitter paste underneath, and then some glossy accents on top. And this is a chipboard piece from the ephemera pack, and then I put a little bit of the glitter paste on the bunny's tail. So I thought that was cute. Some more homemade enamel dots, and then I put that glitter paste all the way around, because see, I had a little bit of a boo-boo with my, oh, I'm sorry, this was actually my first attempt at using the UV resin, and I got a little bit on the card, so I was trying to cover that up. This card I probably will not send out, because I just could not get these drips of the UV resin disguised. So this one is probably just going to be one I hang on to. And then that was from the paper pad. And I'm sorry, I'm going to try and hurry up here. Homemade enamel dots. And this is, I started getting better with my UV resin. And a lot neater. And I really like the way they came out, because they really look more like a store-bought enamel dot using that UV resin, because it dries so hard. You would never know the difference. This was from the paper pad. This was also from the paper pad, and these are their Echo Park's enamel dots. And I used my stitched rectangle dies to cut out the layers here, because I just thought that would be pretty with that little bit of stitching. And that's a chipboard piece from the ephemera pack. Oh, and another thing I wanted to show you, I used on a lot of these cards. When I got these from Waffle Flower's blind grab bag, I wasn't sure if I was really going to use them. The last few sets of cards I've made, I have used the devil out of these papers so I don't go through so much of my cardstock. These have been so handy to have those extra layers. I'll point those out the next few that I get to. But to have those extra layers of color without eating up so much of my cardstock, these have been absolutely wonderful. And then for this set of Easter cards that I made, I used the brighter, more saturated colors. Oh, I don't know if I use them with this set or not. But anyway, they have the more bright colors. These are more the pastels. They have the bright colors. I tore those up making Valentine cards. They were wonderful. Okay, moving on. So this is a chipboard piece from the ephemera pack. That's also a chipboard piece, and this was from the paper pack. And some of Echo Park enamel dots. And this is where you can see that I used, in the background, one of these. I used one of the line papers for the background of this one. And then this was from the paper pad and Echo Park enamel dots. And that was a little tag that I made myself. Okay, this was from the ephemera pack, and this was from the ephemera pack Echo Park enamel dots. And a piece of that background paper from Waffle Flower. And I think I made that tag. There was a few tags in the ephemera pack. That's from the ephemera pack. These are some of my homemade enamel dots. And this is from the ephemera pack. This is from the paper pack and Echo Park enamel dots. From the paper pad and Echo Park enamel dots. And from the paper pad. I tell you, the paper pad had lots and lots of images in it. It was wonderful, that were easy to cut out. These are some of my homemade enamel dots. Again, with the glitter paste underneath, and then some glossy accents on top. And I tell you, you can feel the difference between the glossy accent and the UV resin. The glossy accents has just a little bit of rubberiness to it and give as it dries. Whereas the UV resin is hard. And this is from the paper pad, some more of my metallic embroidery thread, or embroidery thread. echopark enamel dots, my enamel dots, and I put a little bit of glossy accents on the egg and in the truck window, so that was cute, and a little bit of the glitter paste on the bunny's tail. It's just those little touches I think make things so special. This was from the paper pad. This was from the paper pad, and they're echopark's enamel dots. And they start stacking somewhere else. Some more of the glitter paste on the egg. This was from the ephemera pack, and those are their enamel dots. This was a chipboard piece from the ephemera pack, and this was also from the ephemera pack. Their enamel dots. Paper pack, echopark enamel dots. That was also from the paper pack. My homemade enamel dots, and then I put some of the glitter paste and the flowers again. That was also from the paper pad, and that was from the paper pad. And that's a little banner that I made. I think this was my favorite chipboard piece in all of the ephemera. And I added some of the glitter paste to the ears and in the centers of the flowers. And then again, the stitch rectangle. And you see this layer here was some of this lined paper as well. And then that was from the ephemera pack. That was from the ephemera pack. Their enamel dots. And then also from the, it's from the paper pad. This is cute. I think this was one of my favorite ephemera pieces too. I just love this die. I wish there would have been a dozen of these in there. Or not this die. This it's not a chipboard piece. It's just on heavyweight paper. But there could have been a dozen of those in there, and I'd have been happy. And some of their enamel dots. And their enamel dots. And this was from the paper pad. And I cut that little banner. And this was, I think, my second favorite. I just love that. This is chipboard. This is chipboard. This one I think is going to my stepdaughter because she loves the little truck whole thing. And so this was some of echopark enamel dots. I just love this. It's so cute. I wish I'd have had more of a scene for the background. Kendra had last month she had a... Oh, no, yeah, no, it was this month. I can't remember. Maybe it was February. I could have printed off another piece of this background paper, and I just didn't think about it till it was too late. I think that would have been cute with the clouds in the background, the sky, and the grass. Would have made just a little bit more sense, but that's okay. I think this is still cute. And then I did a little extra something special inside, too. And I put the glitter paste all over that piece because I just thought it would be really cute. So I think that one's going to my stepdaughter and her family. Because I think that's going to be totally her aesthetic. Okay, this was from the ephemera pack. Some of my homemade enamel dots. This was also from the ephemera pack. Their banners were a little bit bigger than the ones I cut. Some of my homemade enamel dots with the glossy, or not the glossy accents, the glitter paste underneath. And then this was from the paper pad. Everything from the paper pad like this, for the most part, not in all cards. I put a couple of layers of cardstock underneath to give it a little bit of weight to make it look more like a chipboard piece. This was from the paper pad and echopark enamel dots. And this was also from the paper pad. And I have some little ink boo-boos here and there. It happens. Oh, we're getting almost to the end. Some of my homemade enamel dots. This was from the ephemera pack. These two pieces were also from the ephemera pack. And I put some glossy accents in the window of the truck, and then some of the glitter paste in the hubs of the tires, and then a little bit in these tires too. I just thought that would be super cute. Now I'm still inky. Look at that. Isn't that terrible? And then that was from the paper pad. I'm almost tempted to send this one to my stepdaughter and her family because Her daddy's nickname for her is Bunny. But this one has bunnies on it too. So either would work well. But I don't know. I'm going to let him choose because she loves the little trucks. And her nickname is Bunny. And so it says down the bunny trail. So I don't know. I'm going to let him choose between those two. And some more of my homemade enamel dots. This was from the ephemera pack. This was from the ephemera pack, and this is from the paper pad. Then I put some of the glitter paste on the egg and on the flower, and some echopark enamel dots. And then one of their banners. My homemade enamel dots. This was from the ephemera pack. This was from the paper pad. Oh, look at a little scrap piece of paper there. Their enamel dots. Almost there. Okay, and this was some more of my homemade enamel dots. This was from the ephemera pack. This was also from the ephemera pack. I kind of regret the placement of that one, but it is what it is. I love this card. These colors are not necessarily, it's had a little bit, this was the UV resin, and I had a little bit of spillover right here, but I'm not too mad at it. See, and that's hard, just like an enamel dot. But anyway, that particular shade of green, that kind of mossy green and peachy color, these aren't necessarily in my wheelhouse, but once I put this card together, I really love the color combination. And I put some of the glitter paste on the ribbon. I used a paintbrush to do that. So, and I used a paintbrush too to apply the, which I don't think I did it on, yeah, I did a little bit on these, to apply it to the little circle cardstock. I would apply a little bit of the glitter paste with a paintbrush, and then put the either the glossy accents or the UV resin on top of it. And we're second to last card here. So, oh, and then the other thing I used for all of these with this texture, I had a basket weave embossing folder that I did that with. And this is some of the echopark enamel dots and a little bit of the glitter paste on the bunny's tail. And then another little bit of from the paper pad on the inside. Last one. And these were both from the paper pad and echopark enamel dots. And I'm sorry if I keep putting my hands out of the view. So that is the 60 cards that I made for this month for Kendra's Card Challenge. These are going to a local nursing home. These were some that I made with her free printable for patrons. And you need to find out more about that, because there's a lot of perks for being a patron with Kendra. But these were some cards that I made. This is paper that I downloaded. She has a free printable every month with pattern paper that she's made. So I printed it off and I made these cards. I used my Cricut Joy to cut out the Happy Easter and the shadow layer. And then I put the shadow layer, I cut that out 3 times for each card to really build it up and make it like a chipboard piece. And then I used some self-adhesive crystals on all of them. And this was a die set that I got from Temu. So I cut out a whole bunch of that in all different colors of cardstock to embellish each one of the cards. So these are also going to be going to the nursing home, as well as some family members and friends. But aren't these fun? So yes, being a patron of Kendra's has its perks. You can get these free downloadable papers every month that are super, super cute. You can see I use that basket weave embossing folder on a lot of these as well. These cards are so adorable. I just love them. And she has a color challenge every month as well. And that's a new thing she just started doing. And there's prizes from sponsors like Pink and Maine, and I cannot even think of all of them now. Trinity Stamps, so many. I think Gina K, maybe not. I don't remember, honestly. Cat Scrappiness, confetti something. There is a whole lot of them. Like I said, I'm going to link Kendra's YouTube channel below, and the video where she goes over this month's, this quarter's challenge, and she lists all of her sponsors who give prizes for all of the drawings, and there's a drawing every month for the cards that were submitted for that month. And there's also a drawing for the color challenge of the month. And then if you're a patron, there's a special drawing for patrons who submitted cards. So if you're if you do I can't remember the names of all the different stages of Patreon sponsorship. But if you get the top one, then she sends you a card making kit every month. So if you make cards with that kit that she sends you and enters that, that's another thing you can be in a drawing for. So there's lots of different ways to get entered into drawings to win prizes from all of her sponsors, which are so incredibly generous. So go check her out. This is my submission for Kinder's Card Challenge for March. Well, this was actually for February, or maybe, well, I don't know. I have done so many of this card sketch now. I've lost track of where I am with it. But anyway, go check Kendra out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.